Om Shanti. Welcome, you are listening to Angel's Voice. Here we have a brief discussion about the significance of willpower. Alright, what is willpower and how we can conquer weaknesses with willpower? Before knowing how to conquer weaknesses, let us define willpower within us. Willpower enables oneself to take and accept challenges. It also allows identifying one's own strength and inner potentiality. It allows to identify our own treasures like talents, skills, intelligence, or our own virtues. Allows to identify our own courage and perseverance to stick to his task and no matter what odds he's facing. Nothing could degrade if we possess strong willpower to face challenges, or nothing could deter the strong will from his chosen mission. He will chase the most difficult task under trying conditions, smiling inwardly, even if he is going to hell. He will have an attitude, I'm survivor, I shall make my way. All this requires great deal of willpower. We must look at the brighter side of the problems and their outcome with optimism, and always should think in good approach. Then there will be no shaking, no wavering, but knows how to solve the problems, and we ourselves find firmness in identifying and executing our own priorities of life. I'll put a question here. Why a person thinks or feels he or she cannot accomplish tasks or solve a problem which controls him or her? Think for a while, sooner I will connect with you an answer. Here is the answer, friends. It is because one is not motivated enough. He readily falls into a self-doubt, diffidence, suppressive, and worry. To be slave of our own thoughts, we do not need willpower. But to be a master of our thoughts and feelings, we need willpower. Every human being is born with certain measure of willpower, but some fail to exercise it and allow it to remain dormant. So, exercise self-discipline and self-confidence in pursuing willpower. This strong willpower controls the sudden waves of feelings and thoughts in easy motion. Weaknesses may come in front of us in many forms like sloth, laziness, carelessness, anger, worry, fear, etc. Here I mentioned few, but everybody knows about their own weaknesses. To overcome all those weaknesses, we have to drive away self-doubt, anger, worry, and guilt, and never give up that is just the place and time when the tide will turn favor. Let our willpower come into the play and then try to drive our negative thoughts and attributes. It may not happen in one day, but putting confidence on ourselves boosts up our willpower to remove our negative habits. So, let our willpower help to build good habits and annihilate bad habits. When we have strong willpower, we will attain the state where there is no pain and no indifference. Sometimes, we may find indifferences in our life. This is because we are emotionally attached to this life, thus will result in sorrow. Whatever the past has happened is happened. Think it of as a passing dream. Never consider yourself a sinner or weak or a righteous person either. Assume that I'm a student, learning lessons from this life at each and every step. And we are meant to show goodness. Therefore, no regrets. Say no to any sort of bad habit. Develop the power of won't, and then judge why I made this decision, but do not do vice versa. This is one of the best ways to avoid any temptation or craving. Even one is attracted enormously by someone's personality or inner or outer beauty. Do not get carried away or feel slighted either. We should remind in the fact that these human relations are temporary because people love us on one day and tend to reject on another day. We might get doubt here. On whom we have to depend? Depend on self. Depend on God you believe. It is known fact that every human being loves himself or herself more than anybody else. While talking to someone, See the other person as a luminous soul and develop the relationship of brotherhood. This will help us to identify one's or other's natural qualities rather than negative qualities. Behind willpower, we have to develop divine will to bring our goals and needs closer to us. Always have an attitude of, as I think it will happen. Think you are more dangerous than danger. Come, nothing can deter me from my goal. Thus, we can conquer our weaknesses with our unimaginable will, giving kind in return for our unkindness, goodwill and pure love to all. Ensure with self-confidence that you will find a way or make it. Friends, I hope you enjoyed this little bit session. Om Shanti.